Virgo Full Moon of 2024. Today's the 21st of February. The Virgo Full Moon will happen on the 24th of February at 7:31 a.m. East Coast time. Virgo is the second of the earth signs, ruling the sixth house in the natal chart. The very last house of the darkness of an individual as they're working on themselves, right? So it's before you must reveal all that you are. So what you do is you want to perfect, you want to make sure you have all the knowledge, you want to really make sure you're right. Virgos like to be right. Virgos like to know. A lot of energy spent here and trying to figure it out. This Virgo full moon will be a very good time for you to figure out just how the physical plane, the earth itself, is, where you are within it, what you understand within it, and then where maybe you can take it or help it go. Remember that full moons are culminating points, endings. The night is illuminated as the moon shines in upon us on Earth, so we can see more than we would have seen in the darkness. So it's about where you must realize things are in the moment, and you must then do something about them, end them, take action. Full moons are a wonderful time to do that. Wherever Virgo is in your chart, this will be at the house or that point in the energetic point in the chart or in your life that you can take action to do something about. Virgos are perfecting the individual, and where you must like really understand and figure out what the physical world's all about and who you are in it and what your role is. We want to master it here, as the immutable house is where you must be the master. You must know, feel the need to know, have understanding. Virgo also rules sixth house matters or minor health issues, or the upkeep of health. So know that this is maybe action you could take to better improve your health. Add meditation, add better diet, right, to who you are, what you are. Because it's the very last house, 1 through 6 are below the horizon. Any last minute tweaking on who you are and what you are gets done here. So really do self inventory, because I think it's really how you see things and how what's been shown to you. How are you perceiving that? Are you taking somebody else's word, or are you critically thinking? I think Virgo's where we must really master the critically thinking to say who we are, what we are. With that said, on the conjunctions, the Sun will be conjunct Mercury and Saturn. Mercury in astrology rules Gemini, rules Virgo, Saturn rules Capricorn. So with these, and the Sun, of course, rules Leo. So with that, Sun brings us onto our pathway, what we're doing here, where we're trying to go, what we can illuminate, or what gets illuminated within us, or what we reveal, what we manifest. What you want to do here is you want to reveal the physical plane to a deeper level, not only for as it is, for how you see it, but you're going to have chances with other aspects, with planets, to bring a lot of who you were before you got here, what you know, out into the reality. As a lot of this reality is not in line with who you were, what you knew, or what you worked on. There can be controlling energies and controlling communication, or the controlling of the communication. Hopefully you can recognize those things. How are you learning? What are you learning from? Who are you learning from? Are you running it through your filter? All these things can be realized, taken care of, handled through this Virgo full moon. It's time to wake up, to incorporate a lot more of who you are, so you can move forward, so we can all work on advancing. Now, somebody said something. I've been talking about us all being specks, right? And somebody brought up that there's no need, as we move forward here, as we're starting to all figure this out, there's real no need to have a leader or somebody that has to be out front. We can all lead, and we can all allow each other to lead. And I really think that's where we're going, and it has helped define what I've been talking about, being a spec, as we've been led damn near close to slaughter. Hopefully you're seeing that on this plane, because this is not a universal place, so to speak, in that it works. This works for control purposes where we're at. This is a simulation where we're at has been controlled, and it's been controlled for controlling purposes. And hopefully this sun will help you realize that even more with where you've been getting your knowledge, what knowledge you've been getting, the truths and the untruths, or what is versus what never was, but it's being created here on this plane. So I'm hoping you saw all that. I'm hoping that you are really coming to the conclusion that we've been led by the appearance of leaders to places that aren't good for us, not good for us as souls in our journey for evolution. This is a great place if you just want to sit here and repeat, right? And end up with perspectives that we are not going to be good for us as individuals, right? They're also not good for us as a whole, as a human race, but they're good for some. And that's not the world or the universe I want to live in, or that's not the world or universe that I know truly exists. This is one that we're kind of trapped in to sort out what being egotistical and selfish means. Jupiter will be square Mars and Venus. Work on how you can communicate better, and work on what you know, and work on what you've missed, or what you maybe haven't realized from the male-female perspective of, what's a male, what's a female, and then what are you? What have you done? What have you done to understand that message, that lesson? I'm hoping you look at this with Jupiter being square. A lot of times squares work to be done. I want you to do the work. Virgo's the very last house on the individual working on themselves. So this is where you can get better. You might also teach us by bringing up and getting us to understand what you know a little more. So don't miss the opportunities on maybe what you've missed, or what you can help us with that we're missing. Huge opportunities here. That's the only squares. Jupiter will be trine the moon. This is where I'd really like you to question, or astrology would like you to question, why you're you. Realize who you are. Work on what you're good at. See the world as it is from your perspective, not as it is as you've been told. Huge opportunities here. Trines are two signs and two planets and two elements, two signs that are elements that work together. So this can be a really huge time of expanding your moon qualities, who you were, what you were, and then how you understand the physical plane. But this is from you. This is the astrology screaming. You find it from your perspective to help us. Oppositions will be Sun and the Moon, and then the Moon will oppose Mercury and Saturn. Bring back your ancient knowledge. Oppositions are opposing. You can see how this world has shown itself, and if you're conflicted, your different side, right? So this is where you must go to the extremes and figure out just what the hell's going on. Well, we're at critical mass. This eclipse, these next two eclipses coming into March and into April will really reveal this thing. We're at probably one of the finest times in history from a perspective of being here as an energetic being on this planet and dealing with what the planet has become. This is a huge chance to change this. I'm real sure at this point we will do it, but we're in that time of how well are we going to change this? And I want it to be to where as we walk away, we left this better. We didn't leave it the same, or leave it to where we allowed what we knew was not right to continue. So hopefully you're working on that. Hopefully you take this Virgo full moon to tweak, to really take to a finite point where it can be sorted out, so-called perfected, right? I always call the Virgo energy the analysis paralysis energy, where you just can't leave it alone because you want to fix it, tweak it, make it better. Sometimes you create so much of an energy that you can't even touch it because you're so exhausted by the analysis paralysis part. I'm hoping you get out of that. and you start to really realize that you have a say, so you have control. What do you want? And I'm hoping that you take this full moon and do just that, because full moons are about finalizing things, coming to culmination or endings, because the hidden has been illuminated and you just face it. I'm hoping that's what happens. Hoping you can do this, and I'm also hoping you see what's going on around you, because it's becoming glaringly obvious how we've done and what we've done over the last 20 years, Pluto and Capricorn, that this has not been maybe what we thought it was, but we got sold a bill of goods, and now we're getting back to what is Pluto and Aquarius. So take this Virgo full moon to catapult yourself into where these next 20 years are going. Good luck.